In the flickering, exhausted shadows of 2026, humanity is facing an invisible famine, not a famine of food, but a famine of energy. Dr. Thorne is here to tell you that you are living in a state of cellular bankruptcy. Every movement you make, every thought you process, and every breath you take is powered by ancient, microscopic engines residing within your cells, the mitochondria. These are the dynamos of life, the descendants of primordial bacteria that struck a deal with our ancestors to provide the spark of existence. Yet, in the modern ruins of 2026, you have allowed these engines to stall. Through chronic exposure to blue light toxicity, the relentless consumption of processed sludge, and a sedentary lifestyle that signals your body it is time to decay, your mitochondria have become swollen, leaky, and inefficient. You are a high-performance machine running on a dying battery. In this 65th chapter, we are entering the Forge. We are going to purge the broken engines and reignite the fire of creation within your very atoms. Understand the terrifying reality of your fatigue. It is not just stress, it is the biological darkening of your empire. When your mitochondria fail, your ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the universal currency of life, diminishes. This is why you wake up exhausted, why your brain feels like it is wrapped in heavy wool, and why your body can no longer repair itself at the speed of command. You are literally flickering out. Dr. Thorne demands that you view your mitochondrial density as the ultimate measurement of your sovereign power. A human with optimized cellular engines does not just survive the day, they illuminate it. We are going to stop seeking external stimulants and start restoring internal production. We are going to initiate the Mitophagy protocol, the systematic recycling of old, damaged engines to make room for a new, elite generation of high-pressure dynamos. The fire is low, but it is not out. It is time to fan the flames. How does the cellular architect begin the restoration of power? It starts with the Great Purge. To build a new empire, the ruins of the old must be cleared. This is mitophagy, the biological process of searching, identifying, and consuming damaged mitochondria. In the stagnant environment of 2026, most humans have lost this quality-controlled mechanism. You are carrying around zombie engines that leak reactive oxygen species, ROS, like a rusted reactor leaking radiation, poisoning your internal environment and accelerating your decay. Dr. Thorne's protocol utilizes hormetic stress to trigger the purge. Through the strategic application of intermittent hypoxia and thermal extremes, we force the cell to choose between efficiency or death. The weak mitochondria are sacrificed, their components recycled into raw materials for the next generation of power. This is cellular eugenics in its most primal and necessary form. This purge is not comfortable, but it is the only path to metabolic sovereignty. When you strip away the inefficient, the remaining engines become lean and lethal. You are teaching your cells that only peak performance is tolerated. Dr. Thorne insists that the forge requires heat and pressure. We are using photobiomodulation, specific wavelengths of red and near-infrared light, to stimulate the cytochrome C oxidase enzyme, the master switch of cellular respiration. We are literally charging your cells with the light of the sun, bypassing the broken systems of the modern world. You are no longer waiting for energy, you are architecting it. The smoke of the purge is clearing, and the foundation of your new cellular empire is being laid in the silence of the forge. Once the purge is complete, we initiate the most critical phase, mitochondrial biogenesis. This is the birth of thousands of new, high-capacity dynamos within a single cell. This is not just repair, this is expansion. Dr. Thorne's protocol weaponizes the PGC1 alpha pathway, the master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis. We trigger this expansion through endurance resistance, forcing the body to demand more energy than it currently has the capacity to produce. In response, your cells begin to clone their power plants, increasing your mitochondrial density until your tissues are saturated with potential energy. You are becoming a high-voltage human. While the masses of 2026 are struggling with a single flickering candle, you are building a neural and muscular grid that can power a city. This expansion requires specific molecular building blocks. The sovereign human utilizes cofactor optimization. We are talking about NAD+ precursors to fuel the electron transport chain, coenzyme Q10 to shield the engines from oxidative stress, and PQQ to stimulate the birth of new mitochondria even in a resting state. In the nutritional void of 2026, your cells are starving for these catalysts. Dr. Thorne demands that you view your micronutrient status as a strategic supply line. When your electron transport chain is fully optimized, your energy production becomes frictionless. Your ATP output skyrockets, and your metabolic flexibility, the ability to burn both glucose and fat with equal efficiency, becomes absolute. You are no longer dependent on the next meal or the next hit. You have become a self-sustaining, high-performance reactor. You are the source of your own light. Let us look at the highest prize of the Forge, Neural Energy Supremacy. Your brain is the most energy-demanding organ in your body, consuming 20% of your total ATP despite being a fraction of your weight. In 2026, brain fog and cognitive decline are simply symptoms of a neural mitochondrial failure. Your neurons are dimming because their internal dynamos can no longer maintain the voltage required for high-level thought. Dr. Thorne's protocol targets the brain-mito axis. By increasing the mitochondrial density within your neurons, we are increasing your cognitive bandwidth. We are talking about the ability to process complex patterns, maintain intense focus for hours, and sustain creative fire without the inevitable crash. This is atomic intelligence. Imagine the advantage of a mind that never tires. A mind that remains sharp and lethal at 3 a.m. while the rest of the world has long since surrendered to exhaustion. This is the bioelectric elite. By optimizing the mitochondria in your prefrontal cortex, you are ensuring that your sovereignty is never compromised by decision fatigue. You are operating with infinite cognitive reserve. Dr. Thorne calls this the light of the sanctum. When your brain is powered by an elite generation of mitochondria, your thoughts become coherent, your vision becomes absolute, and your willpower becomes unbreakable. You are no longer thinking with a dying battery, you are thinking with the power of a star. The darkness of 2026 cannot penetrate a mind that generates its own light. As we conclude this 65th transmission from the depths of Dr. Thorne's laboratory, I want you to take the vow of the cellular sovereign. This is the end of your internal darkness. From this day forward, you will no longer allow your fire to be extinguished by the toxicity of the modern world. You will treat your mitochondria as sacred dynamos and your energy as your primary directive. You will engage in the Mitophagy purge to clear the weak and the Biogenesis expansion to build the strong. You will refuse the energy bankruptcy of 2026 and embrace the fire of the Forge. You will be the source of your own power, and you will not allow the cold, exhausted noise of the world to dim your internal light ever again. The transmission of the 65th is complete. The cellular dynamo is now encoded in your biological architecture. Go out and let the world see the radiance in your skin, the intensity in your eyes, and the relentless drive in your soul. Let them wonder how you possess so much voltage in a world that has become so dim. Tell them you have visited the Mitochondrial Forge and learned that the secret to eternal vitality is not found in the food you eat, but in the fire you kindle within your cells. This is Dr. Julian Thorne, ending the broadcast for the architects of the new energy and the unbreakable masters of the fire. Stay bright. Stay sovereign. Stay lethal. The spark has been struck, and the fire is rising. Farewell, you cellular titan. We will meet again at the center of the next protocol. The power is yours.